Welcome to Movie Vault. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most terrifying and iconic creatures in modern television history, the Demogorgon from Stranger Things Season 1. This monstrous entity emerged from the Upside Down and left audiences on the edge of their seats with its chilling first appearance. But how exactly did this terrifying beast make its entry into the world of Hawkins, Indiana? Let's break it down in all its spine-chilling detail. The Demogorgon's ominous arrival, setting the stage. The Demogorgon is introduced in Stranger Things in one of the most suspenseful opening sequences of any TV series. Before we even see the creature, the show masterfully builds tension, making us feel its presence long before it fully emerges from the shadows. The story begins on a seemingly ordinary night at Hawkins National Laboratory, a top-secret government facility conducting mysterious experiments. Scientists there have been working on classified research involving alternate dimensions, unaware of the horror they are about to unleash. Inside the dimly lit, sterile corridors of the facility, alarms suddenly begin blaring. Red emergency lights flash, and the camera follows a frantic scientist, Dr. Sam Owens, as he dashes down the hallway in sheer panic. Something unseen is stalking him. We hear strange, guttural sounds, almost like a mix between deep growls and unearthly clicks. He desperately reaches the elevator at the end of the hall, frantically pressing the button as the unseen terror closes in behind him. For a moment, the tension is unbearable, just silence and his panicked breathing. The doors slide open, and he leaps inside, hammering the buttons to escape. But before the doors can fully shut, a horrifying force rips him upward into the darkness above. We never see what attacked him. Not yet. But that moment of unseen horror sets the stage for the Demogorgon's terrifying reign over the first season. Will Byers' encounter, the monster hunts its first prey. The first time the Demogorgon truly enters the story in a direct way is during its terrifying encounter with Will Byers on the night of November 6, 1983. Will, a quiet and intelligent 12-year-old boy, has just finished a long night of Dungeons & Dragons with his best friends, Mike, Lucas, and Dustin. He races home on his bike through the dark backroads of Hawkins, unaware that something unnatural is lurking in the shadows. As he rides past Mirkwood, a secluded stretch of road near the Hawkins woods, his bike light flickers, a telltale sign that something is wrong. Then, out of nowhere, he hears an eerie, otherworldly growl. His breath quickens, and he looks over his shoulder. A massive humanoid figure stands silhouetted against the dim streetlights. It's too far away to make out its details, but its presence is unmistakable. Will doesn't hesitate. He kicks his bike into high gear and races home. His heart pounds as he speeds down the road, his breath visible in the cold night air. He swerves into his driveway, abandons his bike, and dashes inside, locking the door behind him. But the danger is already inside. The lights in the Byers' house begin flickering uncontrollably, buzzing like a swarm of angry insects. Will knows something isn't right. His instincts scream at him to hide. He grabs his rifle from the shed and creeps toward the door, his hands trembling. The house is eerily silent. Then, a deep, wet, clicking sound echoes from behind him. He spins around, but there's nothing there. Nothing but shadows. Then, the light above him explodes. In that moment, the camera shows us a glimpse of something monstrous, something out of this world. A grotesque humanoid creature, standing tall, its flesh a sickly gray, its head shaped like an open, gaping flower lined with razor-sharp teeth. It doesn't speak. It doesn't snarl. It simply moves with an unnatural, jerking motion, almost like it's phasing between dimensions. Will barely has time to react before. It strikes! The screen cuts to black. Will Byers is gone. And with that, the Demogorgon has officially arrived. The aftermath. The town of Hawkins is changed forever. With Will missing, the events of Stranger Things Season 1 are set into motion. His disappearance leaves his mother Joyce in a state of desperation, convinced that something supernatural has taken him. The Demogorgon continues to terrorize Hawkins, preying on unsuspecting victims and pulling them into the Upside Down, an alternate dimension where the air is thick with decay and the ground is covered in strange vine-like tendrils. the creature remains a constant, lurking presence, appearing through flickering lights, strange distortions, and the chilling sounds of its otherworldly cries. But what makes the Demogorgon so terrifying is not just its appearance, it's the way it moves, the way it stalks its prey with unseen precision. It doesn't hunt like an animal. It plays with its victims, toying with them before pulling them into a fate worse than death. It is not just a monster. It is a nightmare given form. And this is just the beginning. Final thoughts. A horror icon is born. The Demogorgon's introduction in Season 1 of Stranger Things is a masterclass in horror storytelling. It's not just the creature itself that's terrifying. It's how the show builds up to its reveal with suspense, eerie sound design, and the fear of the unknown. By the time we finally see the Demogorgon in full, it's not just a monster. It's a force of nature, something that shouldn't exist in our world but does. This moment cemented Stranger Things as one of the best supernatural horror series of its time, and set the stage for even greater threats to come. And with that, we conclude our breakdown of the Demogorgon's chilling entry into Stranger Things. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another Movie Vault breakdown. Until next time, keep the lights on and watch out for flickering bulbs, because you never know what's lurking in the shadows. That's the longest, most detailed breakdown of the Demogorgon's entry you'll find anywhere. Let me know if you'd like me to tweak anything for your voiceover style.